Welcome to Wily Stage 4, the final stage of Rockman 7 FC, or in Mega Man 7 in general. Now, I just want to apologize. I have had endless and endless recordings of Wily Stage 4, and none of them have gone out well. And I hate to admit this, but yeah. I have used a secret password that gives you 4 E-tanks, 4 weapon tanks, and 1 special tank. Now, I only did this because I can't do it. The problem is that I've been trying for endless recordings trying to defeat the the final boss with only the number of E-tanks I am allowed to carry that I get throughout all the Wily stages, and try to do it with as much skill as I can. And I just can't do it, man. I have tried endless to do this, but it is not possible for me. Anyways, I apologize for this, and I hope to, regain your trust in the future. But with that out of the way, let's take on Wily Stage 4. Now, usually in Mega Man tradition, after you see the first skull, or make it to the first skull on the map, you kind of expect that after you take on the 8 Robot Masters again, and take on the Wily machine, you kind of expect that it was a decoy, a fake, or he just escapes. And you have to go, and you can see on the map that there's a second skull. But that's not the case here. It turns out that in this game, or in Mega Man 7 obviously, that there's only 1 skull. And that's about it. You actually face 1 Wily machine and the final boss in the same level. I wonder why they break tradition. Anyways, let's take on the Robot Masters with their weaknesses in order. So, let's take on Jack Frost! Or Vanilla Ice. Now, Iceman, obviously, his weakness is the junk shield. Now, I don't know if that has to do with the whole entire pollution thing going on nowadays, or, I don't know. If you remember, Mega Man is based around rock, paper, scissors, meaning that, each Robot Master has a weakness, and it makes sense. In this one, I don't understand why Freeze Man's weakness is junk, but I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have junk in his trunk. Terrible joke. I apologize. Anyways, let's go to a junkyard again and take on the Trash Compactor. Now, Junkman's fight, again, not that hard, but, just because of his one move, which for some reason keeps him invincible for the whole entire time, draws it out too long. If I was able to launch a bunch of Thunder Strikes at the same time and, not have to deal with him, having, limited, or, I keep saying not, or having that little delay or invincibility time, then I would probably dominate him, but seeing as he has that, not in my favor. Alright, let's go to Michelin Man. Get your car deal here. Funny story, speaking of racetracks and race people, my dad and his friend actually got tickets to go see a NASCAR race. Now, the problem with that is that, it was raining, it was, wet, and we had to wait there, and it turns out that the race was about to start, but then it started pouring hard. So we had to wait for the whole entire track to, dry up. So they sent out these cars, or, vehicles where they have big, gigantic fans, or heaters on it, where it would dry up the racetrack. Now the problem with that is that they were almost done cleaning it, not cleaning it, but drying it, and it turns out that it started raining again. And we had to cancel, and we never went back ever again. But to be honest, I wasn't really a fan of racing, but still, it would have been fun to watch one, at least. Curse you, Mother Nature. Anyways, let's take on Spring Man. You are a waste of thought, because you are the useless, unthinkable, unimaginative Robot Master I've ever seen. He's a spring. And not only a spring, but a spring man. Waste of thought. Anyways, now that we're done with that, let's get the super adapter out. I would use the wild coil in this fight, but you'll see why I don't want to. Anyways, burp. Anyways, let's take on the Twilight Star of the movies, Edward. I feel so sorry for Shade Man. He's like one with his new, design that I gave him. He's like the vampires of back in 1970. Black, a gentleman-like, and only attacks when he's hungry. And has supernatural powers. Unlike the Twilight movies, who have just demolished the credibility of vampires nowadays by making him a teenager, giving him a weird hairstyle, pale skin, well, they all had pale skin back then, but still, and having this whole entire I cannot bite you thing. I'm Owen Wilson. I don't know where that came from. Anyways, let's take on Chest Head piece here. Freeze Cracker. Now the best thing to do, like I said before, is that use the walls to your advantage with the Freeze Cracker, and try not to get yourself trapped. Phew, that was close. I was actually about to piss my pants. Nah, I'm just kidding, I wasn't. But what if I did? Oh, that was close. Why am I always dodging a bullet with you, man? Why don't you just leave me alone? Or as Woodman would say, leave me alone, guys. Anyways, now that Chest Head is done, let's go to the skies. And no, not to see a double rainbow. To take on Nimbus Man. You will die for not giving me change at your grocery store. I was hoping he would land into that. But I guess we all can't have wishes. Whoa! Did you see that? Talk about flash timing. Timing. For some reason I just stuttered. Alright. Next up, and obviously the last, is Slash Man. But the thing is that he has two weaknesses. The Burning Wheel and the Freeze Cracker. The problem with the Burning Wheel is that I really don't like it when I'm trying to take on Slash Man. The thing is that he only stays on the ground for, what, maybe 1-2 seconds? And when you try to launch the Burning Wheel at him, it doesn't, I'm not saying it moves slowly, but it doesn't move at a fast enough pace to catch up to Slash Man. To catch up with him to land. So it makes it very hard for me to land hits on him with the Burning Wheel. The Freeze Cracker, on the other hand, actually works as a weapon and actually lets me shoot. So it makes it much more easier to take on Slash Man. Now if we can just get this goop off our head. Thank you. Whoa! And how do you still do that? Anyways, let's get our energy back. And now we're here at the end. At the end. Well, actually, we are at the end. What am I talking about? Alright, now that that's taken care of, the best things you want to get, filled up here are the Freeze Cracker, the Thunder Strike, and the Wild Coil if you used it. But the Thunder Strike and the Wild Coil, especially the Wild Coil, is mandatory. The Freeze Cracker, I'll explain why I, have it with me. So anyways, let's take our dive into the final boss. I'm not ready. Let's just take it on. Really? Can you walk any slower? If you walk any slower, I'm gonna miss my episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Of course, I got an interruption right before the final boss. Alright. Anyways, back to the game. This is the Wily Crusher. Or, in full name, it's the Wily Skull Crusher. Now, the thing is that this thing has two modes of attacking. One mode is jumping on one side of the screen, or area, and you know, slowly walking towards you and launching two little miniature versions of itself. The second fighting mode that it has, or, you know, offense mode, is that it will try to land on the other side of the field and try to just, you know, jump at you, trying to force you to have to slide under him and try to try to get hit by the spikes under it. Obviously, he hasn't shown that yet because he's a complete jerk, and I just finish him off. Anyways, now you want to get your Wild Coil out because meet the Wily Capsule 3. Well, technically it's 7, but really it's 3, seeing as we only see 3 versions of capsules in the Mega Man series so far. The Wily Capsule's weakness is the Wild Coil of all things. And the thing is that I hate this fight. I really do. I wish it would die. The problem with this fight is that the damage that you are given is unfair and just sadistic. Wily has 3 attacks that he can launch out of his capsule, which is the Ice Ball, the Fireball, and the Thunder Ball, or Elect Ball. And the thing is, depending on which one you get hit, the amount of damage you are given. For one, the fire and the ice ice given to you is very, very painful. With the fire only giving you damage when you're being burned alive, and the ice damage giving you not only damage but also freezing you where Wily can use Thunder Balls against you, sliding across the floor to give you even extra damage. The real one that you actually want to get hit by the most is only the Elect Ball, seeing as it just only gives you damage and that's about it. It doesn't give you any extra damage by slowly trapping you in one spot. Now, the only way you're going to survive in this fight, if you don't want to use E-Tanks or anything, is to have great timing and epic dodge skills. Unfortunately, I have not, you know, comprehended that yet. Now, to help you out a little bit, I found out a way that you can use your, somehow I dodged that. You can use your freeze crackers to get some damage, some extra damage on him when he's too high in the air for you to use your wild coils. And somehow I dodged that. I'm just getting better at this, aren't I? Now, even though the freeze crackers don't do that much damage to the Wily Capsule, it does do at least enough, decent damage to give you a little bit boost. You know, to help you out, seeing as you have very limited damage, or not damage, but ammo and E-Tanks. As you can see, it only gives like maybe 2 damage. I don't know. I don't count. And I'm about to die. Alright. Now the problem is that I can never get any hits on him with the Wild Coil because he's always too high or too low. Well, not too low, that would be actually a good thing. And the problem is that those thunder and, not thunder, but fire and ice balls just really do a lot of damage when you're trapped between it. Now I was actually about to switch out to the Wild Coil, but I just realized that we're actually facing, air. Of course you would spawn right under me. I really should get my Wild Coils charged up first. The charged up Wild Coils will give you tons of power. I'm not talking about power like, damage-wise, but also give you better accuracy at hitting him, seeing as they bounce much more higher, making it that if he's, a little bit higher than, the regular coils can get, you can still land some hits on him if he's, at medium height. Ah, I was hoping I would dodge that. you would be spawning up there, wouldn't you? Now, most people might think, why don't you just use the Danger App or something even more better like, oh, Beat? Well, unlike in the previous Mega Man games, the Beat doesn't really attack the Wily capsule in this game. You know, as usual, he doesn't attack bosses, but he does attack enemies. And why did I use the freeze cracker there? Because I'm a complete idiot. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the freeze cracker right there, because I don't have time to charge it up. In fact, we're about to die, so I think we should use the, you know, ultimate E-Tank, the special tank. As you can see, it recharges all of our health and our weapon energy. It's very useful when you're in the, if you're using it in the Wily, train or teleporters that you use to get to Robot Masters. But I mostly use it for the final fight if I, you know, run out Wild Coils and weapon tanks and E-Tanks. So, let's finish him off with the final hit. As we take down Wily from the skies. Aha! And as he begs for mercy. Ooh. Ha. We were so close. Oh, it looks like the whole entire castle's crumbling. We better get out of here. Movie cliche number 5, walking away from a burning building or explosion. Great job, Melody. And that is it for Rockman 7 FC. As you can see, there's Bass and Scarlet over there, just, you know, wondering, what have we done wrong? We'll get you in the sequel. And that's all. That's actually the end of Rockman 7 FC. I hope you guys enjoyed it and, you know, my little edits of it. And, I actually enjoyed doing this Let's Play. Sure, it was very shorter than I expected, and I wish it might be longer, and, I wish it, to be honest, I wish it was more enjoyable than Sweet Home. But I still enjoy doing this Let's Play. It gives me a chance to, you know, test out my abilities of putting my own, original characters in, you know, video game environments. The same as I did with Honoka and Magical Dorpy and Mariko and Journey to Silius. But in this one, unlike those two where, you know, the sprites were not changed, it just was the same person, just with a different, you know, image on the cutscenes and such, or different storylines. This one actually had a concrete story, as in, it was actually feels like it was canon, as in with the rest of the other Mega Man games. Not to mention, it actually fits. Except for the part with Scarlet. But then again, you know, we have Mega Mari and Rock Girl, so it's Mega Man's turn. And as we scroll through the credits, character Navi, Pismo, Shogun, Metal, Tenjo, Shikatsu. Now, whose sound arranger name is FFPPFF7 no blah blah blah? And I don't think these are even Japanese. Boxman? I don't think these are even Japanese names. I think they just put a bunch of letters around. Now, I know that some of those are Japanese names, but Freddy, really? Leah? So there was actual English people, you know, part of this? Ah, whatever. And anyways, now that that's done, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I enjoyed doing this Let's Play as well, and I hope to, you know, entertain you guys in the future. Now, what's my next project gonna be? I don't know. Who knows? Just stay tuned and find out. Before I sign out, I would like to ask you guys you know, check out my DeviantArt page. You don't have to have an account to, you know, see it or anything. Just check it out, or at least, like, check it up daily, because, you know, there might be hints of what certain Let's Plays I might be doing, or what plans I might be doing. There aren't now, if that's what you're thinking, but maybe in the future there will be. Not to mention, there's a lot of concept art, not really concept art, but, you know, drawings, art styles, not art styles, but lots of old drawings I've made of, you know, Mariko, Honika, Melody, and Masayo that I've made in the past, and, you know, new drawings that are coming up. And if you are a DeviantArt artist, you know, catch me up sometime. Send me a message. I wouldn't mind. So, until then, if you like this part, or this Let's Play, check out my, subscribe to this video, white little button, give me a good thumbs up review down below this video, and check out my other parts and you like this one. So, like I said before, what's my next Let's Play? We'll never know. Unless you check the hints that I give you around the page. So, I hope you guys enjoy this Let's Play. I enjoy doing it as well, and, you know, I hope that I will be able to, you know, use my creative mind with these Let's Plays in the future as well. So, until then, I will see you guys next time. Wait a minute. Are we forgetting somebody? Uh-oh. Whoops.